Some places don't like being forgotten. Not because they want to be useful, they simply get used to human attention. Just like old people sitting by a window, watching a world that no longer belongs to them. Rudin Station was one of those places. Once, dozens of trains passed through here. People hurried, argued, laughed, fell in love, said goodbye. Now, silence. Empty tracks. Peeling benches. Cobwebs on broken lamps. And only one sound disturbed the night, the whistle of a train nobody ever saw. Locals called it the ghost of the old route. But no one wanted to check. Only a few teenagers came for TikTok videos, and even they ran away after the first long hoop, rolling out of the darkness like an invisible giant blowing an ancient whistle. Every old place has legends. Rudin had one simple one. Every night, around 2 in the morning, a train arrives that isn't in the timetable. No lights. No conductor. No engineer. And on the old display board, which hadn't worked for 20 years, a single name appears. Not a route number. Not a destination. A person's name. The name of someone who's supposed to go home. What home meant, nobody knew. But once the name appeared, that person was never seen again. My name is Ostap. I came to this forgotten corner of Rudin to write a book. After my brother died, I couldn't pull myself together. I felt as if I lived inside a fog. Everything sounded muted, as if someone pressed a hand over my ears. I chose this place randomly, or so I told myself. The house I rented was cheap, old, but quiet. Here, time didn't move. Neighbors spoke in whispers, like walking on a cemetery path. And everyone avoided talking about the station. But at night, I heard it. A low hum coming from the ground. A delicate trembling in the air. And that damned whistle. At first, I thought it was the wind. Then, sleep deprivation. But one night, I saw a light between the trees. It moved slowly, steadily, like the lantern of a locomotive. But something about it was wrong. The light didn't illuminate the darkness, it tinted it. Warm, copper-like, like the colors of an old film reel. I followed a small path toward the station. And as I approached, I heard the wheels. Quiet, but real. The train was arriving. But that wasn't the worst part. The old display board, the one that hadn't worked in decades, flickered to life. Green, ghostly letters formed my name. Ostap Demchuk. I stared at it like at a verdict. I didn't understand what it meant. But something inside whispered, "It's here for you." The train was old. The same type I remembered from childhood. Flaking paint, rusty handles, doors that never closed properly. Only one car had warm yellow light inside. I stepped closer. No footsteps. No voices. Nothing. But inside, there was something. Not people. Not ghosts. Something in between, blurred silhouettes, like reflections on water shaken by wind. They sat in the seats, slumped slightly, as if trying to remember how to be human. And from time to time, it felt like they were looking at me, despite having no visible eyes. The train gently, almost politely, opened its door. When I touched the metal handle, an image flashed before my eyes, so vivid it felt like I stepped into another time. The station. A screech of brakes. Smoke. My brother, Andrei. The day he died under the wheels of another train. I knew that memory. But something was different. Sharper. More alive. And I saw something new. On the platform, just seconds before his death, someone stood. And that someone looked like me. The train had come the night he died. And now it had come again, for me. The next day, I visited an old woman who lived near the woods. People said she knew everything about the station. She looked at me like she had been expecting my visit for years. "You saw it, didn't you?" she whispered. I didn't answer. You must understand, boy, this train takes those who can't let go. Those who live between before and after. It doesn't want the dead. It wants the lost. And if I board it? She was silent for a long time. Then you'll learn the truth. But whether you'll want to come back is another matter. For another week, I heard the whistle. Saw the glow between the trees. Watched my name flicker on the broken display. I couldn't sleep. Couldn't write. Couldn't think about anything else. And finally, I broke. At 2 in the morning, I walked to the station. The train arrived again. Same cars. Same eerie yellow glow. But this time, there was a silhouette standing in the open doorway. Tall. Familiar. Andre? I whispered. The silhouette stepped back, inviting me inside. The moment I entered the car, the smell of old wood mixed with something else, something like the scent of time gone stale. The sitting figures all turned their heads toward me. I still couldn't see their faces, but I felt that they recognized me. As if they had been waiting. And among them, my brother. He sat at the very end. His eyes were the same as I remembered. But there was no breath in him. You're not guilty, he said softly. I heard every word. You saw what you were meant to see. You just didn't understand it. What was I supposed to understand? He pointed to the window. And I saw myself. Myself, standing on the platform the day he died. But that me wasn't real. It was something pretending to be me. Something blocking my path. Something whispering, don't interfere. The train groaned. The entire car shuddered. The windows darkened. The world outside turned into a silent black ocean. Are we moving? I asked. We're always moving, Andre said. But not everyone sees where. What happens now? My brother gave a sad smile. That depends on whether you're ready to learn the truth. The train accelerated. Something inside me came alive. Something else inside me faded away. And I understood. This train doesn't stop for nothing. It comes only for those who need to choose. Not between life and death. But between the past and what lies beyond it. The lights in the car flickered. The silhouette stretched, turning into long dark shapes. My brother rose and touched my shoulder. Remember, when the train arrives next time, it won't wait. You'll either board, or stay where you are now. Between. Suspended. I wanted to ask so much. About that day. About the shadow that looked like me. About where this train was going. Why it came for me. But suddenly, the car dissolved into darkness. The entire world vanished. Except for a cold breeze across my skin. And I was standing again on the platform. The train was leaving. Without me. But the display still showed my name for a second. Ostap Demchuk. Then it flickered. And another name appeared. A name I recognized. A name I should never have seen. The story wasn't over. It had only begun.